It's so sad, but I'm going to tell you what happened to my Chanel Classic flap and every single detail. Leave me a comment down below to let me know what do you think and what would you do if you were me. And let's get right into the video. So you might know I got a Chanel Classic flap in the white color and the champagne gold hardware in the caviar leather from the 22C collection, and I unboxed this bag in last November on my YouTube channel. If you want to know all the details about that bag, I'll link the video down below for you to check it out after this video. And if you know that how much I love this bag, which I mentioned multiple times on my YouTube channel, like I featured it in my wish list video and also in my Chanel collection video, and I mentioned it's my favorite bag and I just love it so much. I'll leave my Chanel collection video down below for you to check it out as well. When I bought this bag, it was definitely brand new and I checked carefully in the boutique and even at home, and I saw there were some dirty spots like black stains on top of the leather strap, but I didn't think too much of it. I was just thinking that, oh, it could be just possibly it got dirty. So I was able to wipe out the black stain and the dirty part on the leather strap when I bought it, so I didn't think too much of it. But what happens is during the past few months, I noticed that if I wipe out the black stain after I put the bag back in my dust bag after I'm not using it, the black stain comes back again in a different spot. Then I have to wipe it again, and every time the black stain comes back, and also the black stain come back in different position of the leather strap. I just feel like it's so weird. At the beginning, I was able to use the leather conditioner that I mentioned to you guys to wipe the black stain off from the leather strap, the chain part, but after a while that I just was not able to wipe it off anymore. It's a really good leather conditioner recommended by my Chanel SA, and I have been using it on all my Chanel bags, and I definitely think it's a good one and no issue at all. And I'll link the leather conditioner down below for you if you're looking for a good one. The problem is not the leather conditioner. The problem is the bag, and I was really puzzled because I never ran into anything like this before in the past and just couldn't figure out what it was. Then I just opened up the bag, examined it again carefully. I just keep thinking about it. What could it be? I finally understand that what happened, where the black stain came from. So basically, the hardware in these circles of the grommets are all rusty. I don't think I ever paid attention to this part when I examined the bag when I just got it. Now I finally understand where the black stain came from. I know for sure the grommets hardware are rusty. It's because when I use Q-tip rub against these hardware, I got a lot of black stain out. It looks exactly the same as the one on the leather strap. The other thing is every time when I see the bag, the black stain is in different part of the leather strap. It's moving, and the reason it's moving is because when I store my bag, tuck the strap in, it's always in a different part of the leather strap, was in contact with the rusty hardware. That's why the black stain was all in different area. I also compared this grommets part with all my other Chanel Classic flap. None of the other Chanel Classic flap look like that, and they would all not rusty at all. So I know something is wrong with this Classic flaps hardware. So then I started taking some photos and videos, but at that time I already wiped out a lot of rusty part of the grommets, which I should have taken video or photo a little earlier. The black stain was way worse and the rusty part was worse too. I regret not examining the bag carefully when I just received the bag. So the first thing I did was I called the Chanel 800 number on their website just to reach out to their customer service, told them basically what happened, and the customer service was really nice and they said, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Based on what you described to us, it sounded like a defect, and any bag that purchased from Chanel brand new are entitled to 2-year factory warranty, and you should take this bag to your closest boutique and it will have people to sort this out for you. So then I took this bag to the San Francisco boutique and asked them to take a look at the bag. It wasn't my essay, it was another essay. After she take a look at the stain that I described to her, and she mentioned to me that she thinks the problem is how I store my bag, and that there is some humidity issue in my home where I store my bag. And I was telling her that when I got the bag, I already saw the black stain. I just didn't know where it was coming from. I later on noticed the rusty hardware. Then I know what the reason was. I just didn't know. And also the other reason I don't think it's my home issue is because none of my other Chanel bags are having similar issue, and they were way older. My classic flaps are totally fine. I know for sure it's a defect from Chanel on this bag at least. So the store manager walked out and also examined the bag, and she had one of her specialists examine the bag as well. And after that, she told me that she can't make any decision either way. Whatever they decide to do in the end, she will have to take the bag to send it in the repair department for them to do our assessment, which cannot be done locally in the San Francisco boutique, so we'll have to wait. And the repair department will examine the bag to see if it's truly a defect or it's something that I did cause the situation. The store manager told me that no matter how they handle this in the end, either way, I will have to send this bag for the repair department to assess the bag first to determine the next step. So I had no option but to leave the bag there and for them to send it in. And usually it takes a few weeks, but they told me it could take up to 10 weeks based on the current situation because everything is kind of slow and delayed. I asked the possible ways of handling this, and they said that after they assess the bag, and if they determine this bag is not a defect and it's my fault, they absolutely not gonna do anything because I stored the bag wrong. If it's their defect, what they will do, they will replace the grommets, the hardware part, and also replace the entire shoulder strap because the shoulder strap is pretty much ruined by different stains from here and there, and a lot of them are not able to get clean or removed anymore. They will replace the shoulder strap as well. And I asked the possibility that for a refund. Not that I wanted to get a refund because I love this bag so much, but they said that Chanel never do refund, which I also know and understand, but I thought I'd just ask anyways. They said that if they determine it's their fault and if they feel it's okay, maybe the manager can try to see if they can get approved for a store credit. But either way, they will have to assess the bag first to make sure it's not my fault. So the sales associate handled this issue that they looked up my profile when she processing the repair for me, and she said to me, "Oh my god, you bought 2 things last year from us and both items have quality issues." And I was like, oh wow, she didn't mention that, I didn't even realize that, but after she said that, I was like, I actually bought another pair of shoes which I unboxed with you also on my YouTube channel, also have quality issue. I'm just like so surprised that I only bought 2 items from Chanel in 2021 and both of them are having quality issue. How rare the chances is that? And I would love to hear your experience about Chanel's quality lately. Have you bought anything? Do you have any quality issue? Leave me a comment down below to let me know. You may know that I love Chanel, and from my own past experience, I have been buying Chanel for many years, and I know that their quality is not the best, so I always try to examine carefully when I buy a classic flap or any bag, that inside out, to make sure that I'm not missing any details. But unfortunately this time I overlooked it and I totally didn't think of to examine the grommets of the hardware. It's just not something that I have ever think of. One thing I can tell you is that I am really disappointed because that this classic flap last year I spent almost $10,000 on this bag, and I think the retail price is $8,800, and after tax, if I remember correctly, it was probably like $9,600. So like almost $10,000. And I just feel like that if this is what I get out of a $10,000 bag, the quality is totally not acceptable. I'm also really disappointed at how they handle this. Instead of admitting that it's their defect, that they accusing me not storing their bag properly, where all these other Chanel classic flaps that I bought in the past all stored in the same way and same place, they all don't have any issue. Honestly, after the assessment, even they replaced the hardware, and also they replaced the entire shoulder strap for me. It doesn't feel the same. It's a brand new bag that I bought. It has already gone through the repair process. How does that make me feel, right? And also I paid so much money on this bag, and I just don't feel the same about this bag anymore. At the end of the day, I understand all the bags will be used or will all used to some degree, right? But I just don't feel it's right for me to experience this on a brand new Chanel bag. Another option is that if I really let this bag go, I feel like part of me is like, when I will be able to get the same bag. There are two things. One is Chanel does not produce this white bag every single season, so I will have to wait. But when, right, if I continue to wait, I might be able to get it one day in a 2-3 years time frame. But the only thing is that, you know how they constantly increase their prices? By the time I wait until I get my new classic flap at that time, I might not be able to get this with $8,800 price retail anymore. They will increase their price every single year, and I'll have to pay over $10,000 on this classic flap. At that time, do I want to pay over $10,000 on this classic flap? Despite how much I love it, I'm not sure. I have to really think about it at that time, right? So there's many things to think about in this situation. So you can see my dilemma here, right? But either way, they asked me, I have to drop off the bag for the assessment so that they can determine that what would be the next step, and they will ask me and what I wanted to do, and then we can talk about what will be the final process. Honestly, I really don't know what to do in this kind of situation. Do you think after the assessment I should try to get a repair, or do you think I should try to get a store credit to get something else in the future? I don't know what's the best thing to do, and if you experienced something similar in the past or anything you would like to share, I would love to hear your thoughts. Just leave me a comment down below to let me know. And also, I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know if you would like a follow-up video on how this thing is going and how it's handled in the end. Let me know so that I can work on the video to make sure to share all the details. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.